All right. You've made it this far. That means you're ready for the shift. And chaos, the chaos part, that's the real shift. Hello, my beautiful warriors of chaos. Yes, you've been upgraded to chaos. And of course, the ultimate goal is love. But acknowledging chaos is the real first step, don't you think? The reason I'm focusing so much on this part, by the way, the reason I have the Divine Chaos series is because my whole life, myself and others around me, we've learned to bypass. We rush to healing. We escape the uncomfortable. We've learned to bury the trauma, you know, and now it's time. And I feel like for me, since I've been facing the ugly, you know, opening the doors of the prison cells, you know, opening these like Pandora box within me, it's been very challenging, but it's been so rewarding as well, because I'm seeing a part of me that I actually love, and that, but it's not pretty, and it's not with a bow on top of it. It's like just me. So I just wanted to give you this little intro, and let's get into these readings. We're first starting out with the chaos, and then we're moving into what's coming because of this ugly that you are moving through. And I guess it's more of me wanting you to join me on this journey, because it's so uncomfortable. It's very challenging. I'm very challenged. I've been challenging myself as well to be living in the nothing zone and to just allow things to come up and clear. So let's get into the reading, because it's a tarot reading after all. And before I begin the reading, I also want to tell you that as you can see on my channel, if you guys follow me on Instagram and Facebook, even in YouTube, I have on shorts now as well. I'm doing a lot more of that. I have like a system going kind of thing. I do soul drops, I do chaos notes, I do a lot of reflective content. And I'm going to be introducing a music portal where I'm going to talk about healing, music as healing. And of course, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the band that activated me last year, and Stray Kids, which is a South Korean band. But I'm going to talk about other music as well, so it's just going to be all encompassing. All right, let's get into these readings. I love you, and do like, share, comment, subscribe. Super thanks me if you can. Do whatever you got to do to help me, support me on this channel. I would really appreciate it. I won't be repeating this again, so I'll see you in your readings. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius. So what is the chaos that you need to release from you is the 10 of Pentacles. Loyalty. I found this like very interesting because I don't see Sagittarius as someone who follows rules so much, but it makes a lot of sense, because if any Sagittarians that I know, they have high expectations of themselves and also very loyal to their families and loyal to their passions and to their careers or whatever. So it kind of makes sense to me now. This is like what's clearing to you is this obligation you have with family or commitment. These commitments that you've made in your life, with your relationships, your friends, whoever it is, your jobs, your businesses. There's this part of you that is high expectations of self, of others. There's this part of you that is releasing that. It's coming up in your life. Where in your life are you doing things because you committed to it like 20 years ago, and so now you're like, oh, well, I gotta stick to it because what are people gonna think? Or I decided to partner with this person, I decided to marry this person, but I really don't love them, but I'm gonna stick to it because my family loves them. Like those kinds of energies. It's like this, I spent 10 years in medical school. I hate it, but I'm gonna still do it because What is everyone going to think? That's the kind of energy that's showing up here. I've put so much energy, so much investment, so much time in this and this, and it's really not aligning with me anymore, but I'm going to stick. You know, that energy, which is every freaking human on this earth. This is why we've stayed in relationships longer than we should have. This is why we stay in jobs longer than we should. This is why we stay in events and like with relationships and all of these things in our lives, in homes, because we feel like this loyalty, right? We feel this like, well, we made a commitment, so we got to stick to it. But this is showing up, so wherever that is in your life, it's like huge. And your final outcome is the whale saying, trust the great mystery. Some of you are stuck so deeply into this that you haven't even been able to, like, the unknown is showing itself and saying, oh my God, there's so much more out of this stuckness, and you're not able to experience it because you're still stuck in this old way. That is huge. Love it. Okay. The 10 of Hearts shows up for you. The 10 of Cups. It's always this beautiful. The 10 of Cups is like the happiest card in the deck, in the minor arcana. You see her, she's lying on the water. She's peaceful. The moon is above her. The 10 of Cups is a Pisces energy. It's like, you know, enlightened, full of love for self, full of love for her and her family. So it's almost like, let me look at all the cards, because to start with the 10 of Cups is really interesting. The universe. Oh my God. What are these cards? Holy crapola. They're amazing. Okay. So before I get to these cards, I want to explore this a little bit, because the cards are like phenomenal. So this is really something that needs to be addressed. And I'll put it like as a challenge. And this is like the whale spirit is like amazing. Like the whale, like this is this feeling of freedom. This is trusting the mystery, trusting the unknown. Like you don't need to know what's coming, Sagittarius. And usually you're okay with that, but you're stuck somewhere here. Or somewhere in your life that you've invested time, energy, money in your career, in a passion, a lifestyle, a hobby, in a man or a woman, in a family members, in friends, somewhere. And I'm not saying that loyalty says to me, it's not a short-term thing. It's not something that came in and out of your life. It's something that you've put a lot of your energy in. And now you find yourself at the brink of exhaustion, or at the brink of, you find yourself in complete misalignment with it. It's like just not working for you. You're forcing it. You're trying to force it. It's just not happening. It's like doesn't compute in your head anymore. But you're holding on to it really strongly, and that's why this card is showing up. You have this strong loyalty, this commitment to it because of what other people will think, because of my family. You know, it's because of always something else, never because of you, right? Because you would have let it go a long time ago. But you're definitely holding on to this because you think that you will be deemed a failure, that you will be laughed at, that people will talk bad about you. You know, it's all that BS. Or you feel bad about yourself. Like, oh my God, I wasted all this energy. Nothing is wasted in life, by the way, Sagittarius, because everything is an experience. So what if you put 20 years, like, I'm a Sagittarius moon. So if I even take this as an example, I put in, how many years did I put into that? I don't know. I had a store, a jewelry store, and I had a standing jewelry store for 10 years. And then after I went online, so let's say, 15, 20 years, let's say 15, 20 years of jewelry that later now, when I talk to my higher self, there was like, you weren't supposed to open that store, but you're a stubborn freaking Taurus and you did it. I'm like, okay, because At one point, like I was, I closed the store because things went like bad. Like it was just not working anymore. And I was forced to close the store, but I could have closed it probably earlier. But my stubbornness kept it open. I lost a lot of money after that, whatever. But it's that, like, it's a failure within me. Like, oh, here I go again, failing. But it was never meant to be. So, but even though I put so much energy into it, and I love jewelry, it's like my passion, but it wasn't supposed to happen. So, okay. Now I look back and say, oh, who cares? Right? I'm over it. Doesn't matter. Like, it's what it is. But in the moment, you feel like a failure. I did for many years. You live with that failure. Same way people go into relationships. I said this in another reading where day one I knew it wasn't going to work, and I stayed with the person for 7 years. So like why do we do these things? We do it to prove to ourselves that we can be committed, that we can stay in things, because everybody else is doing that around us. So there's something here that's holding you in a situation where you have committed to, and it's just not working out. So where is that for you, Sagittarius? Because the moment that you release this, the moment that you clear this is what comes in. The 10 of Cups, which is, maybe right now you're in a relationship that's going nowhere. Maybe that you're thinking about this relationship that happened before, and you're like, I can't go into a new relationship because I met this person and they killed my spirit and they killed my energy. But they're like, no, release it, because that is meant for you. Something beautiful is coming your way. The universe is the world card. You're coming to the end of the journey. Like, we're getting you ready for something absolutely phenomenal that you can't even imagine, because you're still stuck in that old. Not that old, even that current. You're still stuck in that mindset where, well, I've put too much energy, so now what? No, like you're too caring about what other people think. You're too caring about what you think. And the universe is like, no, we're so ready to get you on that new path. Why can't you see this? Because the Empress shows up. The Empress energy be like Empress, Emperor, whoever the hell's watching here, whether you're a man or a female, there's like this self-made, like falling in love with herself, mother energy, father energy, like you're ready for the new butterflies, transformation, change, shift is here. Eternal happiness, new. The shift is here. The shift is waiting for you, Sagittarius. It's really interesting because Leo, your brother's sign, has the same kind of idea happening. It's like they're waiting for you to clear this energy, to get past the ego, to get past that pride that's keeping you hanging on to this, that whatever this is in your life. And a lot of you know it, and a lot of you will probably ignore my message because you'll be like, no, I'm going to hang on for a little longer, or I'm going to attach to this. No, you don't get it, Sabrina, and it's fine. Like, it's not for you right now, but eventually this is going to show up again, whether you ignore me or not. If you haven't sat and cleared this energy, it will show up in 1 month, in 6 months, in a year from now, and you'll remember this reading. You're like, and you're not going to say, oh fuck, I'm such an idiot. No, because this is where you weren't ready for it. Like, I always say to people, if you're not ready for it, then don't force yourself to be ready for this. But this clearing is a huge commitment you made to yourself, with another person or to yourself. And it's inhibiting you. It's keeping you from joy, from peace, from new beginnings, from new love, from new job opportunities, from you. Period. Because you're holding on. You're holding on to whatever this is. It's not making you very, like, it's making you feel small. It's making you feel like excited. Like, that's what I feel. I feel like you're like, but I'm gonna stick to it because I'm ... And you're losing out on the great mystery of life. You're losing out on this unknown energy that is showing up, which is the whole point of this evolution, by the way. We don't know what the hell is coming. We don't know what's coming for us. We don't know. And don't think you'll ever know. You're never going to know. And that's the whole beauty of it. And I keep getting the same message. We don't want to tell you anything. This is a surprise. Why can't you enjoy the surprise? And I'm like, yeah, you're absolutely right. And I've given up on knowing anything about my future. I don't care. So I trust. This is a moment for you, Sagittarius. Let go of whatever this is holding you back, because something beautiful is on its way. And you know, it could be motherhood as well. Some of you were thinking of having children. The Empress is showing up. And if you're old, you're too old to have children, it's not about that. Empress is also falling in love with self. It's self-love. It's being at peace with self. You know, being in love with yourself. And people always take that as, oh, that's so vain. It's no, loving yourself is everything, because yourself is your avatar, is the reason you're on this earth. She or he is the one who's carrying these experiences for you. So stop hating on her and stop taking away these experiences from her as well, or him as well, because that's what you're doing. You're not allowing the great mystery to unravel, because you're holding on to an old thing that doesn't exist. Again, nothing exists unless you give it its purpose to exist. You give it energy to exist. But everything is floating. Everything is fluid. Nothing exists right now. Not even this microphone or this table. It doesn't exist. I just see it and I make it exist. All right. You're like, what? I'm like, yeah, okay. I love you. I love you. This is a freaking awesome reading, by the way, Sagittarius. I hope you take advantage of this. And this is a really big thing that's happening right now for you. So clear away that loyalty that not even real. No. Get vulnerable here with yourself. I kind of like this energy. Okay. I love you. Check your rising, your sun, your moon, all of the things for a bigger message. And also see you when I see you. I love, love, love you. And bye.